Hi guys, in today's review we'll be looking at this pre-grouping guards van by Bachmann, and this pre-grouping guards van by Bachmann is a Midland Railway guards van. The product code you need for this guards van is 38-552A, and this is in the LMS livery, so this makes it era free. I got this from KERNOW model shop in their, to be honest, their bargain sales, and it was $9.99, which is rather cheap price compared to everywhere else, and even Bachmann, which I'll go into at the end. But after one of these Midland Railway vans for a few years now, the tooling is pretty old now. It's almost 10 years old. It came out around 2015, I believe. So let's see if it's worth the £10 I paid for it or not, shall we? So here goes. This model does not have any detail parts to add, so we'll move on to the front or back of this guards van depending on your preference. This guards van does have small NEM coupling already applied to both ends of the van. We also have, I believe they are plastic unsprung buffers, which I don't mind. Along the buff beam itself, and the housing is in the LMS grey, the Midland grey. We also have quite a lot of rivets on there as well, where you look at the rivets. And then we have a black hook in the centre. Moving on up, we do have a grey wood effect going on. We also have two lamp irons in the centre and one just slightly off the centre. All four corners of this front or back of this brake van, we do have some L-shaped rivets going on in there with some supports, I guess. Then moving on up, we also have a support in the centre of what I'd say the veranda window is, and that's just a little off centre. Again, with more supports. Either end we do have some moulded on lamp irons. Again, most stuff on here is moulded on. Then at the top we also have a grey roof as well. There's not really much to look at on the front or back of this model. As we move on to the side of the brake van, both sides of this brake van are exactly the same to me. Like I said, this is in the Midland or the LMS grey. We do have LMS written in the centre, and this one is with a ducket. They do a version without the ducket. We also have a number for this brake van, which is 357914. All the handrails you can see dotted around, the several ones, they're easy to touch, they won't fall off, nothing fell off this, and they are separately applied and they are in white. In the veranda doorways, we do have a wood effect going on, and it also is glazing as well. It's not smooth, but it's there, it does the job. Underneath, again, the underneath is grey. We do have a plaque with LMS, and then we have the number repeated on this plaque. The plaque is readable, but I can't seem to get a great photo of it. We also have two footboards, so we have two small ones at the doorways, and then we have a big long one across the way. These are separately applied at the factory, and I believe these are in like a brown colour here. We also have some motion under there for the brake wheel that's inside, if it was a real one. You can also see the axles and springs as well. The wheels themselves, I believe, have a black insert, but they are freehold wheels, if that makes sense. Like I said, there's not much to look on this. Everywhere you look, you can see a few rivets again on the chassis of this wagon. As we do an aerial view now on top of this brake van, the roof itself is in grey. We do have some rain gutters either side, and then we have a small moulded on chimney or stove for the guards. That's all there is on the roof. And finally, as we do an underneath look at this guards van, like I said at the start, we do have small NEM couplings already applied to either end of the van. We also have a few bits of piping as well. We do have some motion that would be for the guard's brake wheel, I believe I got that correct. There's a few holes, I believe, for other details, for other vans, if I have that correct. We also have, like I said, three-hole disc wheels, which are metal. The footboards themselves, again, they are in a brown colour, and they are already applied when I got the model. We have the usual Bachmann logo going on there, but failing that, there's not really much going on there. I don't think there's even a cylinder at all there. It's very basic, but are you going to see it when it's going around? Probably not. So yeah guys, that's the end of the running session and the review. Before I give my opinion, I'll tell you what it was pulling it, which was a Bachmann Jubilee Australia in the LMS Crimson Lake livery. The reason for that is I was trying to match the eras with the van. Otherwise I would have used an 8F or something like that, but they're in the BR livery. And then we had a mixture of random trucks as well. Like I said at the start, I paid £10 from KERNOW Models bargain sale, I want to call it. I bought 5 wagons and some of them are on this train now, which isn't a bad price. £10 is pretty good. The actual price for the model was £22.95 from KERNOW. I looked online for a Bachmann price for this guards van. I did find one, but it had a few alterations. So it had, I think it was steam pipes or brake pipes at either end of the brake van, and I think that was £32 from Bachmann. Remember, this is almost 10 years old. It is surprising how cheap the model shops will go to sell stuff, which gets me thinking, how much money do the model shops actually make with the actual prices they sell it at? For me, like I said, there's nothing wrong in the van at all. It's a wonderful van. I've been after this brake van for a few years now, and I finally got one. Like I said, they have been around for about 10 years. I didn't open up the inside, so I didn't know if I could or if there was anything inside or not. So for me, a £10 is a bargain. You can buy 2 of these guards vans for the price of 1 from KERNOW and still have change left over. So for the price, it's thumbs up. For the detail, yeah, I think got sprung buffers. I don't mind having sprung buffers. I'd rather not have it and keep the costs down, if I'm honest with you. And it is a Midlands van, localish to me. Yeah, that's really all I have to say on it. It's pretty cheap, pretty good van. It proves they can be cheaper out there. The manufacturers and the model shops are probably making a heck of a money on these when they first come out. So yeah, I hope you liked my review. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. So please take care and goodbye.